Hello guys, Apex Rise here with another video, and we're back on Laguna Seca on Forza 6 with a new car today. Yes, the Porsche 918 Spider. So, what I did is I went and watched the McLaren P1 versus LaFerrari video, and I took the winner from that and put it against the 918, because ultimately, I just had a prediction that the 918 was already faster than one of the two, which I was correct. It's faster than one of the two, and I'm not going to spoil it until the ending. And I took the McLaren P1 against the 918 here on Laguna Seca. As I said, this is car versus car, 3 laps, stock car, no tunes, no nothing, no mods, everything is stock. And I pushed this 918 to the max, and after driving the 918 for a little bit, because I've had the Porsche pack for about almost a week now, and I've noticed that the Porsche 918 obviously feels way different than the LaFerrari and McLaren P1. I feel like this car has a lot longer gears than the McLaren P1. When I was driving the McLaren P1, it would just fly through gears. Like, you'd take it off the launch of the start, and it'd go boom, 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 and I was already in gear, like, 5 by the time I'd hit the end straight to the first turn. And the McLaren P1's quick with its gears, but the 918, on the other hand, it's a lot longer with its gears. I've noticed going around, like, this corner right here, I'm being gear 2, gear 3, switching between those, and then at the end of the corner I'd switch to gear 3, and then shift down to gear 2 at this turn right here. And I don't know, you see the difference between the 918 and the McLaren P1 when you really push these cars around the track. Like, this car's gears are I'd say a lot longer, it hits a higher RPM, but the McLaren P1, it seemed like it wouldn't even, like, hit 9,000, it'd, like, hit, like, 8,700 or something. But that's whatever. Like, taking the McLaren P1 around this first turn right here, I could be in gear 3 or 2, whatever one I wanted. But in this car, I was in gear 1 to 2, and then towards the end, I'd shift it up to 2, and then shift it up to 3, go back down to 2. And it's very weird that the McLaren P1's gears are a lot shorter than the 918's. I'm not sure why that is. Also, on the other hand, the 918 is all-wheel drive, and the McLaren P1 is rear-wheel drive. But the way the McLaren P1 handles is amazing, a lot different than before when I was driving it, which is another cool thing. But yeah, the McLaren P1, like, it was weird. Going around corners, I debated being in second gear or third gear, sometimes third or fourth gear sometimes, which is quite weird. I guess it's because, yet again, as I said, the short gear ratios. It's pretty cool, though, to notice. Like, I was like driving the 918 for so long, and I was used to like the longer gears, but then I switched into the McLaren P1 and drove around this track for a little bit, and I started to get used to like the shorter gear, the shorter gear ratio, and then I kind of just got used to it and run around the track like it was nothing, which is it's very cool and interesting to, like, you start to notice like the gear ratios between all these different cars. I sadly did not take the LaFerrari against these other two cars because I thought that'd be too long of a video, so the loser did not get featured in this, even though I do love the LaFerrari. And actually, I was reading a magazine the other day, and they made a drop-top LaFerrari, which is pretty damn cool. So for the people that want no roof on their LaFerrari, then there you go. But ultimately, obviously, it's heavier than the regular one. And sooner or later, I'm going to be doing a McLaren P1 GTR versus Ferrari FXXK and CycloneZ 1-to-1. I'm going to do a car versus car on that soon, which will be pretty damn cool if you ask me. Also, Horizon 3 is coming out soon, but let's get back into this little car review here. The 918 is the DLC, obviously, as you know, but this car is very good. Like, I was surprised on how good I did in this car around this track. I kind of tried to push this car to the very max, tried to like brake at like later in turns, which actually kind of helped, and I kind of tried to do that in the McLaren P1, but yeah, I was trying to be very ballsy with this car, but I kept messing up, so I had to keep restarting. But then I found the perfect points for braking on this track in this car, so that I just stuck to those, but then tried to full throttle a bit more. Like, sometimes, like, asking for enough power, like, asking for more power that you don't have in one of these cars is not a good thing, because, like, I try to, like, push this car to at least, like, some corners, like, if I'm going really fast on a straight. For example, the first little bit of the track to the first turn, I try to get at least to, like, I can't remember what I was hitting, like 150 or something. I tried to hit like 160 or something like that, but then like I'd brake too late, so then I'd overshoot the corner. So like sometimes, I don't know, like gunning it, and you get air there too, so that's also another problem. But we're moving into the McLaren P1 side of things. The Porsche 918 got a 131. It got a 131.56. That is the fastest. That's faster than the LaFerrari for sure, because the LaFerrari got a 133.23, which isn't, you know, it's not the greatest. 2 seconds slower than the 918. But let's see what the McLaren P1 gets. As you can hear, I'm like struggling around that corner because I really wanted to shift gears, but if I were to shift gears, I wouldn't have enough, like, the RPMs just go down, you know what I mean? And like, yeah. But yeah, the McLaren P1, driving it around this track for the second time stock is, wow. This thing is faster than I thought. Okay, this is a little hint at what the time I got, but last time I drove this against the LaFerrari, I got a 132.32. Now, I don't think I was pushing the car to the max, because I got a way better time than that, which is, it blows my mind how much faster I was driving around this track in this car. Some of you guys are probably like, oh, you're probably just going a little bit faster, but like, I literally pushed this car to the max, and in both runs in the 918 and in the McLaren P1, I was in first person, which is something I usually don't do for lap times, but I thought I wanted to change it up a little bit. Obviously, the recording you're seeing now is not in first person. It is in a replay cam, which I find, it looks amazing. I love the replay cams in this game. But yeah, as you can tell, you hear the McLaren P1 on this straightaway right here shift up a lot. Like, literally going around that corner, I'm in gear 1, and then halfway through the corner, I'm already shifting into gear 2 because of how fast I know the gears are going to go up, and like how fast the RPM is just going to go straight, shooting up to 8,000. So I'm like, okay, let's just shift now, and this thing flies. And just as you can hear right there, going around that corner, like I wanted to shift to third gear, or I think it was third gear, yeah. I wanted to shift to third gear, but I didn't do it because, you know, it just dropped the RPM a lot lower, so you know, I don't know to explain all this stuff, but ripping the McLaren P1 around this track and the 918 is so much fun. I love driving the LaFerrari around this track, but just how fast I'm going in these two cars is insane. Also, what was I gonna say? I was gonna say, if you're ever like racing against a friend online here, like on this game, on this track, like doing like a stock car challenge, for example, say you and your friends, like you and your one friend do like McLaren P1 versus 918, right? Like what I did, but by myself on like this track. If you guys are different, like I was thinking about this while I was racing, if you're like different skill base, like say your friend is like, he's a good racer, but he's not as good as you are when it comes to racing, and like you're doing like, say like you two are like, okay, who wants the McLaren P1? And like say your friend takes it that's like not as good as you, and you take the 918. I don't know how to say this, but like the 918 can be faster around the track than the McLaren P1. I kind of just, yeah, whatever. I'll just say the McLaren P1's time now. I got a 130.65, which is the fastest I've ever gone around this track, and that's 2 seconds faster than what I had before, which is a 132.32. That is insanely fast. I destroyed the McLaren on this track. Like, I literally destroyed the LaFerrari's time, and I did better than the 918 by a little bit. I'm kind of upset that the 918 didn't win, because I actually like that car a bit more, but the McLaren P1 is still an amazing car. But yeah, if you're racing against your friends, and like, he's not as good as a racer as you, and you're in the 918, just know that you still have a chance. The 918 is amazingly fast. I kind of want to try pushing the 918 to a bit more. I want to push it a bit more than I did before. Like I was pushing it like crazy, but I feel like I could do better. I feel like I can get a 130 in that car as well, because I was quite close. I had as I said, a 131.56. I was really close. But yeah, the McLaren P1 is amazing. I actually ended up getting, so I took it around and I accidentally had 4 laps on instead of 3, but this only recorded 3, so that's good. The 4th lap I didn't count the times on those. The times on the 4th laps for both cars were actually quite trash. But yeah, like, this car is insane. Like, it was just amazing. On one of the laps I actually got a 131, in the McLaren P1 on lap 2, but yeah. Make sure you guys follow me on my social medias like Instagram and Twitter that I put at the outro. But hope you guys enjoy this video. Please like, comment, subscribe for more videos like this. As I said, please go follow me on Twitter. I announce when I'm going to upload my videos and stuff like that. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.